Whispers to My Mother is a book that documents a young girl's memories of her late mother. This follows the life of Lindiwe Ramokgadi from birth until the death of her parent. She goes into details of growing up in the township with a single mother and much more. Well, the author Lindiwe joins us now in studio to share more on the book. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you.
I mean, talk to us about this book. It says a memoir, Whispers to My Mother. Tell us a little bit about the book and what's the inspiration behind it.
You know, I didn't set out to write a book. It was something that I had an urge to just write, to write about my life and the story of how I grew up with a single mother. Single parent upbringing is essentially what the book is all about.
Yes.
And single parent upbringing, I call it a South African nightmare. Lebu. It is a South African nightmare.
Right. Most of us did, you know.
Yeah. I mean, it's either you raised by a single mother or a single father, but I think mostly we are raised by single mothers. Yes. You know, and that's I just felt the urge to write. The story wouldn't leave me, and so I had to finish the book. In fact, I wrote the book and took a long break because my mom passed away while I was writing the book, and so taking the long break, I had to obviously finish because I can't start something and not finish it. I was grieving, obviously, because that's the long break. That's why the long break, because I was essentially grieving when I started writing. Tears would be on paper, and so this long break, but eventually I had to finish.
Yeah. And at what point what did that moment to say, okay, I need to start again? What was that feeling like to say, okay, I'm done? I may not necessarily be done grieving, but I need to restart the process again.
I mean, it had been long. I started the process when my mom was alive. Can you imagine? So and having to finish the book, and now she's gone, and now I have to write about her in the past tense. Can you imagine what that is?
Yeah.
You first start out by writing is, and now this is was. So you can imagine what I had to go through mentally, you know. And so that is what we just have to finish what we've started, Lebu. Doesn't matter how long and how painful the process is, but we have to finish what we started.
Yeah. You say here that you kept it together at her funeral. You know, why was that such a big thing for you to say you had to keep it together, and then because there's so much resting on your shoulders?
You know what, Lebo, I didn't want to be a chief mourner even at my mother's funeral. I didn't want to be crying all the time and people asking me, where's this? And then I'm crying, I just can't keep it together.
Yeah.
I just had to be that strong girl that she's always known me to be. That actually she raised me to be a very strong girl. And so I just felt like I had to be strong the day she passed away and the day of your funeral. I had to keep it together. And I mean, she's always been my role model. She kept it together at her mother's funeral. I can also keep it together. Yeah.
Now, you say, you know, you describe the experience as your second phase in life, which you say in the book, after parents passing. What is that? What do you describe that moment as?
Lebu, is your mom still around?
Yeah, she is.
You're going to be living life 2.1 when she's gone.
Right.
Yeah, because you see life differently after a parent has passed away, especially because you've been raised by us who've been raised by single mothers. It's like a whole phase of your life has gone. And you have to be okay with the second phase of life without anyone. Yeah. Because once my mom passed away, it's as if I lost my whole family. You know what I mean? So this is the second phase of life without anyone that is a parent. And you know what a mother represents? A mother represents all the love. So you feel as if all love has been taken from you. And I mean, I can tell you right now that when a mom passes away, it's like your whole family has passed away, because some of us, our mothers are the ones that actually keep things together. They keep the glue. Yeah. They are the glue that keeps everything together. So once your mom has gone, just know that glue is gone.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about some of the people in the books. I see there's a Katleho, there's, you know, Andile Tutu as well. Tell us a little bit about those
Katlego
people.
was my next door neighbor who passed away. Katlego was the one who used to play the loud radio.
Yes, with the speaker outside.
With the speaker
right,
outside. And my mom, one day, she got so angry that she confronted him and his friends. And yeah, it was just, and there was a story after that because Katlego's ego was bruised. And I write about that story because, I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it makes me sad. It's a sad story of a woman who had to stand up for all of us, basically, because Katlego was making noise for all of us.
Yes.
But it was my mother who had to stand up and confront it.
Yes.
You know, why couldn't it be anyone else? I mean, he was making noise for all of us.
Yeah. One of the things that you touch on is your relationship with your grandmother and you being renamed. Tell us a little bit about that.
My grandmother, my paternal grandmother, Nomadlozi.
Yeah.
Is that what you're referring to?
Yes.
They had to call me Nomadlozi because they bayenza umsebenzi wamadlozi.
Right.
So that I can eventually come because Umama has been in and out of hospital since November and now January and mina ngakazalwa and bayenza umsebenzi wamadlozi ngavela. And so they're like, Nomadlozi lo.
Yeah, this is the one.
Nomadlozi.
Yeah.
And I actually said, no, Mina, I refused the name.
Yeah.
For the longest time.
But it's yours, right?
It is mine. I am very happy about that name right now, and I reclaim it back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the title, Whispers to My Mother. What is the significance of that title, and how did you come up with it?
You know what? Whispers to My Mother is actually a title that somebody came up with for me because I didn't know what to title the book. Actually, what she read was the epilogue, and we thought about a letter to my mother, and we just thought Whispers to My Mother is quite fitting because she's gone now. So Whispers to My Mother creates some kind of intrigue.
Yeah.
Was she on her deathbed? Was she? So I didn't come up with the title, to be honest, to make a confession.
Yeah.
But it's a title that was suggested to me, and I thought it was a good idea.
And did it contribute to an extent to your healing process, writing this book and finishing it?
This book dealt with me.
Yeah.
Lebo, in so many ways.
Yeah.
In so many ways. And yeah, it did help me with my healing. And I believe it will help anyone else who's healing, who's grieving. And I really do think it's a book. It's a book for everyone. I do think that this book is actually doing the work of healing.
All right, Lindiwe, thank you so much for talking to us. Good luck with the book going forward. Lindiwe Ramokgadi speaking to us about her book, a memoir, Whispers to My Mother.